SAfm, South Africa's news and information leader.
Thank you, Nancy. In our top story, South African hostages released by Somali pirates to make their way home and arrest warrant for Pakistan Prime Minister nominee. Good afternoon. The two South Africans released by Somali pirates, Debbie Kalitz and Bruno Pelazari, are expected to fly home later today. Kalitz and Pelazari were taken hostage in October 2010 when armed pirates hijacked their yacht off the Tanzanian coast. The two are now in the care of the Somali government in Mogadishu. The pirates originally demanded a ransom of $10 million, or about 83 million rand, but the amount changed as negotiations continued. It's not known if any ransom was paid. The two South Africans' 20-month captivity is among the longest periods hostages have been held by pirates in Somalia. Delivery of textbooks to Limpopo schools has been speeded up following an outcry over the continued delay. Basic Education Minister Angie Motshekga has acted after the failure to meet last Friday's court deadline to deliver the books. Education officials are still sorting out boxes of textbooks at the Limpopo Education Warehouse in Bulukwane. On some of the boxes, there are names of the destined schools, and on others, those of the circuit officers. A delivery truck is waiting outside to make the deliveries. In comparison to the stacks the SABC saw last Friday, almost three-quarters of the textbooks have left the warehouse. Human rights organization Section 27's Nikki Steyn has welcomed Motshekga's reaction with some reservations.
It is encouraging that the minister is starting to take the court order seriously, but we are quite cautious because the department has made numerous promises and these have not been met. When we met with the head of the intervention team, he told us that they would not be able to comply with the deadline of the 15th of June. The minister, despite this, released several statements saying that everything was on track. She released a statement on Monday to say that 97% of books had been delivered. Based on the research that we had done, this number seemed to be inaccurate.
Deputy President Kgalema Motlanthe says he is not canvassing support from ANC members in the run-up to the party's elective conference to be held in Mangaung in December. Motlanthe says he is guided by an unwritten principle that discourages sitting members of the National Executive Committee from doing so, as well as by ANC guidelines and its moratorium on nominations. Motlanthe has spoken exclusively to SABC News about reports linking him to a challenge to President Jacob Zuma and other party matters. Senior political journalist Thulasizwe Simelane reports.
Motlanthe laid his cards on the table, especially on the question of whether he sees himself as a potential ANC president.
It is only once you are approached by the electoral committee that you then express whether you accept the nomination or you decline it.
He also explained his recent lament on the state of political education in the SACP.
It is not, in a sense, helping the ANC as a mass movement to infuse the ANC with coherent thinking and rigorous analysis.
Thulasizwe Simelane, SABC News, Johannesburg.
And finally, a judge in Pakistan has issued a warrant for the arrest of Makhdoom Shahabuddin, the man just named by the government as its preferred candidate for Prime Minister. The warrant relates to his alleged role in a scandal involving the importing of a drug when he was Health Minister.